Hey guys, it's Jessica here. So there is this trending issue that has been a hot topic on Twitter at the moment, especially in the Philippines. And it's called the BTS Biot or BTS Biot issue. So let me give you a whole flow of how this issue started to trend. There were those photos on the internet of some of the Filipino students at a university with a whiteboard saying BTS Biot. So Biot is a Filipino, or more specifically a Cebuano term, which means a homosexual male. And I believe this term is used a lot in the Philippines as a slang. And on Twitter, there are posts that says locals are using BTS Biot phrase thinking that it's something that makes it cool. Ever since this kind of phrase was created, there have been lots of different memes or singing videos entitled BTS Biot. And to be honest, I don't really know what is so funny about it or what is so catchy about it. I can't really relate how it became a trend, but how it started to be perceived as an issue by a lot of people is armies around the world or within the Philippines itself called out this phrase being so famous and widely used as problematic. The armies expressed their disappointment towards the viral photo shoot students. So for the armies, they do have the reason to be disappointed because that phrase BTS Biot can contain some disrespectful and sarcastic meaning behind it, whether it was done intentionally or unintentionally. That is why a trending hashtag now in the Philippines is the hashtag apology to Bangtan. One of the netizens wrote, "The BTS Biot is a discriminatory and homophobic act against BTS. I'm very disappointed by my own country to think BTS don't deserve to be called BTS Biot, and it really hurts me that most people, because I'm also fellow army." One of them says, "It's just embarrassing and disappointed at the same time that most of those who say BTS Biot are educated. I'm so sorry on behalf of the Pinoy." So that is a brief explanation of the whole issue itself, and now I would like to share some of my personal opinions on this. That photo shoot of those Filipino students, I don't know why they made such a photo shoot. And I don't know why people even made the term BTS Biot. Is it because they think BTS is gay, so they're trying to tease BTS? Or is it because they're jealous of BTS? Or it's just a joke? The answer is clear. It's the all three of them. Because did BTS claim that they're homosexuals? No. Then why would you add up such an adjective or word behind their name, BTS? So the creation of that phrase itself, I think, is wrong in the first place. And second of all, the fact that that photo shoot and other people who made memes about it and made fun of it and all that can also be very offensive because they're doing it as a joke. In my case, as a Korean who have been living in the Philippines for 9 years, I felt that part of Filipino personality where they love to joke around. And I do think that there are pros and cons in it. The downside of it is that they could be joking about something that could be very offensive to some people. Of course, I'm not saying that all Filipinos are like that, but I've experienced lots of those ever since I was really young. So when I was much younger and I was living in the Philippines, I got teased a lot because I looked so Korean. So some people would say, "Hey, can you read what's on the chalkboard?" Or that stereotypical questions I get as a Korean, like, "Hey, you must be good at math." And about K-pop boy bands even. Now, K-pop has grown so big, like BTS has grown so big. So now it is an insult when someone says K-pop boy bands all look gay. But then just like 5 to 7 years ago in the Philippines, majority of my friends would say that K-pop boy bands look gay. And of course, they are not trying to like attack on me, they're trying to joke around. But I genuinely felt bad. BTS is also now playing a really big role in giving such a positive message to the youth or just people in general, and also for the LGBTQ community. And I think that is what a true good influencer does. I respect them very highly because of that aspect of their group's personality, because the message that they're trying to deliver to the audience is not just something shallow. It's not just for the joy to the eyes or joy to the ears, but it gives joy and peace to the heart. And that, I think, is the reason why they grew so big. I think one could see this issue from such a perspective that why make a whole big issue out of a very small thing? You know, it was just a joke. And take a joke as a joke. Why are you taking a joke so seriously? But then the moment that you think in such a way is where toxic stereotypes become truth and affect people in such a negative way. Do you know those social issues that have been always trending nowadays? Such as about those racial discrimination, being homophobic, being sexist, etc., etc. Those are issues that are still ongoing in our society. And in order for us to stop that, we have to correct and change some things that we're so used to, something that might be so trivial, because those trivial things are where our deepest stereotypes are rooted in. Jokes like that are mostly based on a social stereotype, which is very toxic. And I think that is just what happened in this whole BTS Biot issue. So what could we learn from this issue, I think, is that not to joke around about something that can offend someone. And how do you know that? Actually, it's through education and social awareness and consciousness. That is why we have to engage in social issues and activities as much as possible, especially as a youth, because we are the generation who have to change all these old, outdated stereotypes. Another lesson that we can take from this issue, I think, is not to judge someone if you don't really know them. Because those people who made fun of BTS by calling them that, their knowledge about BTS might be just on the surface level. That's why they just judge them off what they appear to be. And it's not even a solid judgment. It's more like an assumption. Instead of kind of trapping yourself in a box, you know, not trying to know something, being so ignorant and making a very narrow judgment, we should try to be a more open-minded person, more curious person, always willing to learn and have respect. If only all people were like that, I think world would be so peaceful. I know it is inevitable that in such online communities, toxic messages will keep coming out, such as this issue, but I hope at the end of the day, we always learn something from it. So after this issue, we can be better people as a whole. Alright guys, so that sums up today's video. I hope you guys picked up something from it. Although sometimes online communities can be very, very toxic, I hope in this particular online community, my channel, you get some positive vibes from it. I really, really hope that. So yeah, thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!